morning and welcome to today's episode of The Commute. As always, it's a lovely Wednesday morning. It's 19 minutes past 5 and I'm on the way to the train station, as every Wednesday, because, you know, collaboration. Anyway, today's topic, I suppose before I start today's topic, I do know, just a quick update on the car, I need to do some repair work. The sunrise is lovely over there. I need to do some repair work. Basically, when I got the car, I needed new discs and pads, and the offside front passenger side wheel brake, passenger side brake caliper, that's the one, was sticking a little bit. So I remember the lads saying that they had to get the old blowtorch out to get the pins out. They greased them up and all this stuff, let it off, and it was all right. However, I've noticed an excessive amount of brake dust appearing on the passenger front wheel, which I want to say is the offside front. Yeah, I think it's the offside front. I always get confused with how that works. But yeah, so my thoughts and feelings on that is I feel as though it might still be sticking. Another two, probably a bit more obvious things are, once the car's been parked up and I've left it, particularly if it's overnight, once I let the brakes off and I move forwards, you can hear it go like a woo. I don't want to make the sound. I'm going to have to make the sound. It goes woo woo, just as it seems to free itself off. You know, like when you've left your brakes for a little while, or you haven't moved the car for a while, and you'll get like that creak and then maybe a little whine. I get that, which says to me that it's sticking on a little bit, and then as I drive off, it seems to be all right. Once that bit's done, it seems okay. And there doesn't seem to be too much of an issue, or no issue whatsoever. But yeah, so I think I'm going to have to get that looked at. I did have a little quick research, 40 quid for a caliper if I need a new caliper, and then I guess it would just be new pads on the front, because you might as well do them both at the same time. Discs are fine, because they're only 6 months old. Anyway, today's topic for review, VW's all-in warranty, is it worth it? Now this is more of a gentle little rant from my side of things, not to dismay the people that work there or any of that sort of stuff, because they were all fantastic. It's rather the way that the VW's all-in warranty system works. Now if you don't know, you pay a monthly amount of money so that your car can then receive one major, one minor service, two MOTs, and also encompasses a 2-year warranty while you've got it. It's an extended warranty, but not an all-inclusive warranty, unlike the one that you get for your first 3 years worth of ownership if you've had a brand new car. A couple caveats to it is you have to take it out when your car is within its 6-year lifespan. So if your car was 6 years old, 364 days old, then you can still take it out. Also, the overall mileage when you take it out has to be less than 100,000. So if you've got 999,000 miles in your car and the age of the car is 6 years, 364 days old, you can take it out. Outside of those times, you can't have it. With respect to going through the main dealer, bearing in mind it is main dealer, for the cost of their MOTs plus the service alone, it does work out as like better value for money. I took it out initially because I thought, you know what, I might as well get the extra warranty on there as well. Now I have made claims on it before. One was when, what happened? What was wrong with the Passat? I've said about this before, but I can't remember now. But essentially it was a relay that had gone wrong in it. Oh, that was it. It came up with a random engine light. Code reader wouldn't read it, and I'm like, well, I don't know what this is. So I thought, oh, I'll send it over to them. Now the way that their warranty service works is you have to pay £144 and 20p's worth of investigation fee, which apparently is an hourly labour rate charge for them to investigate, which is fully refundable, or rather non-payable, should the car, that whatever the fault is, be covered under the warranty. Now if it's not, then you have to pay it. Now the problem I had at that one is I got annoyed with it because I was like, well, I can't read the codes with my code reader, so I can't tell you what the fault is, and you can't tell me what the fault is or whether it's covered until you've done your investigation, which in that circumstance was just a simple diagnostic read. Luckily it was covered, whereas this one, I took the car in, I've got a little bit of corrosion around the rear arch. It's supposed to be a 12-year guarantee, corrosion guarantee. They checked it over, Bearing in mind it's free for them to do this, so this they checked it over for free, and they said, right, it looks like in that rear arch you've already had some paint work done. So alright, fair enough. Because I've had some paint work done already, bloody hell, the sky looks nice. Because I've had some paint work done already, and they can't find out whether it was actually done at VW or not, so they've got no track. They go, it's not covered. So I was like, well, that's a bit bloody annoying. 12-year corrosion guarantee, you're not going to honour it because the paint layers are too thick. However, you can't tell whether it's been done by a VW service location. If that's the case, then I can kind of understand how if you take things, look at the sunrise, take things into your own hands, they wouldn't cover it. So I was like, okay, I'll live with that. However, I do find it unusual that a car that's just about 6 years old has got some corrosion and has been repaired with this once before. But while it was in there, they went, just to let you know, you got a little bit of diesel leaking from your car. I was like, oh, okay. So, and they went, they've put it down as an advisory. I was like, all right, is it dangerous? Oh, well, we couldn't tell you if it's dangerous or not without investigating further. And you're like, wait, what? So you can't tell me if some diesel leaking is dangerous or not without me paying you money to investigate it? Yeah, that's right. I was like, well, if it was an MOT, would it fail this MOT? Maybe. We haven't looked into it. So in my head, I'm thinking, how does that even work? Because if, let's say, for example, if it was an MOT, you'd fail the car on its MOT, wouldn't you? Or maybe not. I mean, you're not even looking into it. You're not doing due care and due diligence. Anyway, I was like, right, if it's covered under the warranty, fair enough, I'll get my money back. But I've got to pay, or potentially pay, £144 if it's not an issue. Now, I was thinking to myself, I was like, if it's leaking diesel, it's most likely going to be a consumable part. It'll be something rubber that's gone wrong. So I bet you it's not included. But they were like, look, we heavily recommend that you actually get it done, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, do you know what? I will actually just get it done because it is a safety thing. So, all right, fair enough, have a look. They have a look. Guess what? It's not covered because it's a rubber seal like I thought it would be. But now they can confirm that the warranty said, no, they won't cover it. It's a rubber seal, we're not going to do it. Fair enough, it's a consumable part. However, it's an extra half hour's worth of labour to get it sorted. Fair enough, what's that? £90. Great. So I paid £253 for them to replace a all in all, £253, which included the price of what was it? A £22 rubber seal to get it sorted, so there's no diesel leak. Not covered. So well, that's annoying. But sometimes you got to pay the money because you're trapped with it. What did slightly annoy me with this though is I picked the car up on the Saturday. This had happened on the Thursday. Picked the car up on the Saturday and I was like, do you know what? I'll leave it because it'll be easier for me to get it on that day because my partner's off. She can take me down there. Get down there, bloom in, pick up the car, drive home, think nothing of it. Sunday, following day, I'm like, right, I better put the kids' seats back in the car because they've just been sat in me all-way. Go to put a seat in it. It's one of them ones where it's just like a booster seat and then you bring the belt over. Blooming the buckle part of the belt's not there. I was like, great. So that's probably tucked down behind something. Went to go remove like the base of the rear seats. Couldn't get them off. Couldn't get them off for love nor money. And I couldn't put my hand down low enough for me to even see if the buckle was on there. So I had to take the damn thing back, didn't I? They didn't charge me for that one though. Happy days. But yeah, so I took 2 trips to do that. Mildly embarrassing, but you know what? They ballsed up. I might as well get them to fix it for me. Got a free cup of coffee out of it. Yay. But no, what annoyed me as well with this all-in warranty is when you want something investigated, that money that you're paying is an investigation fee, not an hour's worth of labour. So it's just some arbitrary number that they've come up with because their hourly rate apparently is £180. Get onto this road. Hence the £90 for half hour's worth of work that they charge you. So 145 or 144 is just an investigation fee, and that's per item. So I've got a little whine on the car, so when you turn it on you can hear it squeaking away. Is it a belt? Is it a pulley? Is it the tensioner? I don't know. And I said to him, I was like, so I have to pay again for you to investigate it? Like when it was in there with the fuel tank, they were like, yeah, you have to pay it twice to investigate it, which if it is a belt, then I know it's not covered. if it is a pulley, I was asking them, is it covered? And they're like, I don't know. The warranty will decide whether it's covered. It's depending on whether there's a problem with it, with what the problem is with the pulley, whether it would be covered. And I'm like, so you're kind of stuck in this sort of situation where going through them, because they are expensive, you can't preemptively know or go into it knowing what the fault is to say to them, look, this is the problem, is it covered? And then the other bit that annoyed me was I was like, well, you can go to some places. So if I use Halfords, you can go there. They do a free diagnostics check or free investigation into what the fault is with your car. So they can check it, and then at that point you can decide, oh, okay, I want to get it fixed, or I'll go somewhere else. So I was like, could I go to a third-party garage, get them to diagnose the fault, come to you with what I've been told the fault is, ask you, is it covered under the warranty? And then you go, yes it is, no it isn't. If it's not, then I can just go somewhere else, happy days. If it is covered, then I can go get it fixed. And they were like, well, no, not really, because we'd still need to investigate it ourselves. So I was like, so even if I knew dead set, this is what the fault is, you couldn't confirm to me whether it's covered under the warranty until you yourselves have investigated. I was like, so let's say if I turned up, I don't know, car don't start, and they've said, oh yeah, problem is, I don't know, the fucking injector's gone. It's like, all right, would that be covered under warranty? Well, we'd have to investigate it further. Won't even give me the answer as to whether it is or isn't covered unless they investigate it, which I know they're probably towing the company line here, but it makes it really difficult. It's like it's designed to be difficult, which is really, really annoying. Not really annoying. You'd have thought you could have at least turned up with the knowledge of the thought. Now, I know you're probably going to have to look at it and confirm it, which is fair enough, which fair statement to make. But it's just I don't know, it just seems anti-customer, at least the way that the warranty is designed. And then it sort of begs the question, what's the point? Because you don't know if it's covered. It's a bit of a 50-50 gamble, and if you're not really mechanically minded, or at least have a small amount of inkling towards what would be and what wouldn't be covered, they really just kind of get you a little bit with it. I can understand why people, instead of saying the word dealer, say the word stealer, because it just doesn't fill me with confidence that, you know, VW as a whole is setting out the best for its customers, particularly when you pay a premium for the VW badge. Now, I couldn't talk about Skoda or Audi, but I am assuming, maybe incorrectly that I'm assuming, but I'm assuming that they follow very similar practices with respects to how it works with the warranty scheme, because they offer the exact same sort of thing. I mean, we've got a local independent that deal with specifically VW, Audi, Seat, Skoda, Porsche as well actually, and they are drastically better value for money, like incredibly cheaper. One thing as well is VW, very little known, but if you look on their T's and C's on their website, as long as it's like for like, they will actually price match as well. The only thing is though, it's same again, like not willing to disclose that sort of information without you looking into it or looking deep into it, which is annoying, which once again is a decision that, whether that's corporate VW or maybe that's just the group of dealers that falls under, that controls that VW area, maybe that's them. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I remember they used to badger you every time you went there. Like, we want to make sure you're doing 5-star service and all this sort of stuff. Don't get any of that anymore. Yeah. Now, I don't want to dismay people, because at the end of the day, people are following processes that are set out. So it's nothing against the individuals that were there, and to be fair, I had some good conversations with the people that were there. They're doing what they're told, really. They're doing their jobs. and I've got no dismay against them whatsoever. It's just, I think corporate VW and the way that it's structured and the way that it's, in my opinion, it feels very anti-customer and all that sort of stuff. I think that's what got my back up a little bit. In conclusion, is the VW's all-in warranty worth it? Not for the warranty part. For the servicing through the dealer, yeah, but if you want to get your car serviced and maintained, get it MOT'd somewhere respectable, I'd probably find yourself a nice local independent, because 9 times out of 10, I reckon they'll be able to do the exact same work for a hell of a lot less money. And to be fair, 3-year warranty on a modern car does not seem like very much, particularly when a lot of other organisations are offering you a lot longer. And I couldn't talk for the ins and outs of other companies' extended warranties. I can actually. Ford, when I had it with them, they're actually really good. I actually can't fault that at all. Always helped me out all the way, and they could tell me, they happily told me beforehand, this is or this isn't covered under your warranty. In fact, one last little tidbit. Every person I'd spoke to at VW, nobody knew I had a warranty on there until they physically went into the system and then double checked it. Whereas at Ford, when I was with them, they knew me, they knew what I had on there beforehand, and they would, when they call you up, be like, look, this is a fault that we've also found, and that is covered under your warranty. Just to let you know, would you like us to fix it for you? Yes, I would. We just have to confirm. We need you to say yes, that it will be fixed. Much different. And I would argue that out of the two companies, I was happier with Ford than I was with VW. The only reason for the move, I wanted an auto box, and Ford's autos got absolutely slagged. But yeah. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on about them. Thank you very much for taking the opportunity to listen. The conclusion is, would I buy a VW all-in plan again? Nope. Also, it's not pay as you go. The all-in plan, because it includes all these items, once you start it, you have to finish it. So if you went halfway through the year because you've used it, you have, and sold the car, shall we say, you have to pay the full balance off, because it's for a financial service, like a financial contract sort of thing. Anyway, thank you very much for taking the opportunity to listen. I know it was a bit of a negative one, and I was just complaining, really. I need to get these bits sorted on the car, because yeah, that brake thing, I won't be going to VW to do it. Ooh, I'll probably do this bad boy myself, see how well that goes. Please like, subscribe, let me know your comments. If you've had to deal with VW's all-in, or you've got an extended warranty that you've ever had to use for a main dealer, let me know what it was like. It'll be interesting to know people's experiences with it, because, you know, more information the better. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Commute, and I'll see you in the next one. See you next Wednesday. Bye bye.